The Catholic Church has got a lot of different bits and pieces to it, if you know what I mean. There's this going on.
Right now we're going to rerun a sketch that I and John Spade did about 9 years ago. Among his many gifts, John Spade is a talented improv impressionist. He has created a posse of his own characters.
We like to hang, we like to have fun, we like to...
One of my favorite John characters is Father Duffy. He's a Roman Catholic priest up in Labrador, Canada. On Democratic Visions, I got to ask the questions of a parish priest. I am delighted that you're here with me right now. Father Duffy is from Moncton, New Brunswick.
That's right.
Small, is it right on the ocean?
That's right on the ocean. It's not that small either, but...
What's the name of your parish?
We like to call it St. Jack in the Lifeboat, our little dockside parish up there in Moncton.
It sounds so quaint.
It is. You'd love it. It's just about half a mile from the casino up there. Yeah.
Is it a church casino, or who runs the casino?
Oh, the tribes. But
Okay.
it's great if you have a bad look at the casino and you're feeling bad about yourself and maybe your gambling habit. Yeah. Come on down and see us.
Now, what are the big issues up in Moncton right now?
Right. Well, first of all, there's the bridge to nowhere. We got one of those as well.
What's a bridge to nowhere?
Well, it's a bridge going out to one of the islands where there's just absolutely nothing, and it was set up by the provincial parliament at one time, and it's almost complete, and people are trying to stop it. And a lot of my parishioners are wondering why it was started in the first place.
Are you an activist priest?
Well, I don't know if you'd call me an activist priest exactly, but when you get me Irish up, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I do.
I'll do something.
Okay.
I'll do something.
Now, the Catholic Church in Minnesota has been in the news recently.
Well, it has, I'm afraid.
The Archdiocese of St. Paul has had some problems.
It's true.
Also, there's this wonderful new movie called Philomena with Judi Dench and Steve Coogan.
Yes, there's a lot of Irish people in it, by the way.
A lot of them. Yeah, it was filmed in Ireland.
Yes,
it's about an Irish issue that few of us knew about. And it's a wonderful movie. I hope people go see it. But we're all thinking Catholic Church right here.
Oh, well, yes, of course.
Now, I don't know if you've seen the movie or are aware of our issues here, but what can you tell me, a Lutheran kid, about the Catholic Church?
The Catholic Church has got a lot of different bits and pieces to it, if you know what I mean. There's this going on over here, and that going on over there, and this going on next to here. We got a little trouble. We got some big trouble, but we've also got some really fine people, and we've got a spiritual tradition that it just won't quit. So every time that I see something going on over here and getting worse and pretty stinky over here, well, I just remember somebody like Saint Teresa or Mother Teresa of Calcutta. We got them too on our team, by God.
Oh, how about Pope Francis?
Well, Francis, now there's a good guy. And by the way, what a clever way to choose an Italian.
He's not Italian.
He's an Italian Argentine, is what he is.
Okay.
Yeah. Bergoglio is a pure Italian name, but he's not exactly Italian, which I think was a stroke of genius.
Now, are you a native Irish person or a native Canadian?
Well, of course, I'm a little bit in between there. I was born on the boat, actually, from Cork to Halifax, so right about in the middle.
Okay. Now, in looking at Pope Francis,
yes,
I think you are his kind of priest.
Well, I try...
You're a man of the people.
Yeah, certainly. I try to carry the message, and I try not to be too like this. Because a lot of us have a reputation for this kind of a thing, shaking the finger.
Well, some of us Lutherans could have used a little bit more of this. What do you think?
Oh, back in the 16th century, I think you could have. Why, by golly.
Well,
yeah, little rascals.
Well,
yeah, ran away, didn't you? Yeah, did.
Well, Martin Luther, a priest, former priest.
And you're always a priest, once a priest.
Was really good with a hammer and a nail and some theses nailed on a church door.
Yes, indeed.
And it changed things forever.
I'm afraid it did.
Yeah, now he was an activist priest.
He certainly was.
And I really think you are kind of, but you're a very loyal church.
I just try humbly to take in and take on whatever comes my way. I don't stretch out and reach out too much. I just sort of embrace what comes around the parish, if you know what I mean.
Now, what can you tell me, an activist Lutheran who goes to a Methodist church on occasion?
That's very Protestant to be doing all that. Yeah.
Will I be welcome in a Catholic church if I show up? You know?
Well, of course you will. Yeah. Of course you will, Jeff.
And so I shouldn't have any fear even these days.
Oh, I don't think so. There'll be a few gossips in the back saying, "What's he doing here?"
Yeah.
But in general, what you want to find is you just want to find these wonderful folks in the pews that are just going to embrace you, and they may whisper in your ear that you might want to think about what we call RCIA, the Rite of Christian Initiation of Adults, which is becoming Catholic, if you know it.
Oh, really? Okay.
You could open yourself up to it.
But will my fellow Catholics detect that cross that I'm carrying
they'll
throughout
see
my
it.
life?
They'll see it a mile away.
They will.
Oh, they will. Yeah.
It's kind of a happier church than I think the Lutheran.
Well, we got our guilt thing, but we got stuff we can do about it that I don't think you have quite as many different things to handle the guilt as we do. We got plenty of guilt, as you know.
Sure.
Sure. But we have sacraments to take care of it, and it seems to me that Protestants mostly have to read books about it or something.
Father Duffy, why are you in Minnesota? What brought you here?
Oh, there's a little ecumenical gathering that we're having at the Jesuit residence.
Really?
Yes, and I always like to be among Jesuits. They're smart fellas. They all got like 5 PhDs or something. I always pick up something from them I can use.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you ever read American Magazine?
Oh, it's a very good magazine, yes indeed.
It is, intellectual thing.
They keep their finger right on the pulse, particularly when it's time to choose a pope. Those guys are right there,
Isn't it a bit elitist, though?
Oh, the Jesuit, of course it is, my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 PhDs, I tell you.
Sure.
They got guys with PhDs in Arabic out there holding the garden. Amazing.
Well, a good friend of mine, Father Gary, is a Jesuit down in St. Louis, Missouri.
There's a million of them in St. Louis, by the way.
There are. So it's a safe place for them down there.
Oh, totally. That's a very, very Catholic city, I'll tell you.
Really? You're going there next?
Well, I'll probably take a side trip down there. Okay. But I'll be hitting some of those adorable little Catholic Minnesota towns named after saints, the various ones. St. Michael, St. this, St. Bridget, St. that. They're all over the place in southern Minnesota.
Pope Francis seems to want to travel around the world right now. We hope he comes to America. What about your parish in New Brunswick? What would you do to attract Pope Francis to visit your parish?
Well, it's the nearness of the casino. That's really it, I'd say. Not that we want him to make a big point of it.
Yeah.
But what we'd like to do is, if we could get some of the hoopla from around the casino to just kind of transfer itself up to St. Jack's and just make the entire street exciting for him. Well, we have been putting feelers out left and right in Rome. We've got our people, we got our informal lobbyists saying, come to Moncton, Holy Father, for God's sake. And we hope it'll happen, and it'll be the biggest day in the history of the east side of Moncton. Anyway.
Anything you want to say about the ecumenical movement here?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that what we're trying to do is, as we Catholics say, reunite our separated brethren.
You're talking about my people.
Your people and the other people,
okay.
and even the Orthodox ones, the fellas with the beards, those fellas. They're all the same under the skin. I really believe it.
I do too.
Yeah, and I don't think we should let a whole lot stand in our way. I think we all share, for example, guilt. Lutheran guilt, huh?
Oh, the Jews have no ownership of guilt.
They gave it to us through the Old Testament, and and if we could just meet on that, just the guilt that our mothers instilled in us, I think that would be the beginning of a dialogue.
How might a worship service like that occur, or maybe a convention or a seminar?
It would start just like this, like, oh my God, just oh my God. Yeah.
Super.
Some of us would cross ourselves from the left to the right, others right to the left, but we'd all be going, oh my God, like that. I can't see.
You can see more of John Spade's characters on the Democratic Visions YouTube channel. Yes, we've got one. And in real life, John is a freelance writer, editor, and content creator based in St. Paul.
Democratic Visions can be seen on select cable access systems and on our YouTube channel. This is Carol Sundstrom.